All four Scramblers share the same engine, ABS brakes, Kayaba suspension, only adjustable for rear preload, and Pirelli MT60R's dual Sportish tires, specially designed for the Scrambler and its 18-inch front wheel. The overall shape of the bike follows the form of the original, with the teardrop design of the 3.5-gallon steel fuel tank with interchangeable inserts the central focal point. Ducati only brought Icon models to test, stating the other three weren't ready to ride by the time of the intro. No matter, since the Icon and its yellow, or red, fuel tank, cast 10-spoke wheels, high tapered bars and black seat is the basis for the others. As the name might imply, the urban enduro is suited to tackle the urban jungle and is best suited for the occasional fire road excursion. Its matte green color separates it from the rest, and it also receives wire wheels, engine sump guard, high front mudguard, headlight grille, handlebar cross brace, fork protectors, and a brown seat with a dedicated ribbed stitching pattern. Next, the full throttle draws its inspiration from dirt track racing, where its low, tapered handlebars place the rider in a more aggressive position. It also gets a short front fender, black paint scheme with yellow accents, and, as it's the most performance-oriented of the Scrambler variants, is fitted with a Termignoni slip-on. Drawing the closest relationship with the past, the Scrambler Classic expands upon the retro-modern theme of the Icon. With an orange sunshine paint scheme, the Classic gets the same wire wheels as the Urban Enduro, an extended rear fender, a dedicated brown seat with lozenge-type stitching pattern and a fuel tank with a black center stripe, just like the Scrambler from the 70s. Because personalization is such an important aspect of the Scrambler, all the components from the four variants are all interchangeable with each other. Not only that, Ducati is working on a long list of parts and accessories ranging from fuel tank inserts to waterproof luggage, to truly make the Scrambler your own. The Scrambler experience doesn't stop there, a whole line of Scrambler apparel is in the works, too. From t-shirts and hoodies to armored riding jackets that look like fashion wear, Ducati is trying hard to emphasize the Scrambler is more than a motorcycle, but a lifestyle. A millennial's perspective. Of course, a lifestyle built around a motorcycle only works if the machine provides a level of emotional pleasure. And if pure riding enjoyment is what Ducati is going for, then it might be onto something with the Scrambler. The mechanical simplicity of the Scrambler makes it relatable to a wider audience, including those who will inevitably want to customize it. With no power modes, traction control, or a radiator and its associated hardware, the Scrambler is an easy bike to understand. Couple that with a claimed wet weight of 410 pounds, 75 HP, and 50 lb-ft of torque, and the bike is also quite sporty. Our ride route from Palm Springs to Idlewild and back presented a great way to showcase these attributes. Unfortunately, because of a recent rainstorm in the area, the fire roads Ducati had planned for us were washed out and deemed unsuitable for the bike. As for the riding impressions, let's start with the good news. On paper a 2-valve, air-cooled twin might not sound very exciting, but on the road, the 803 cubic centimeters V-twin is a real gem. Its abundant low-end torque is just the ticket for around town riding or playing in the twisties en route to getting lost trying to find a campground. Reaching the ground, even for my 30-inch inseam, wasn't a problem thanks to a 31.1-inch seat height, a narrow seat/tank juncture and the overall slim nature of the motorcycle. However, if you're still nervous about touching down, a low, 30.3-inch seat is available as an accessory. The high bars, combined with pegs mounted directly underneath the rider means the rider triangle is the very definition of neutral. Having those wide bars makes leveraging the Scrambler an easy task, whether it's through the twisties, a fire road, or filtering through congested city streets. Pirelli's MT60R's tires, with their knobby-like tread blocks, are surprisingly competent on the street. The cable-actuated clutch is lightish, and a slipper clutch is a welcome addition on an $8,595 motorcycle, $8,495 for the red, $9,995 for the other models. Despite only having one front brake disc, the performance from the 330mm rotor and Brembo 4-pot radially mounted caliper is impressive. Really, having twin front discs would have been overkill, plus the single setup leaves the other side of the wheel unobstructed for the world to see. A 245mm rear disc is mated to a single piston caliper, and with the ABS switched off, takes considerable pressure to lock up. Those looking to do more off-road riding with the Scrambler might be pleased to learn ABS can be switched off, but there is no provision to turn only the rear off once the blacktop turns brown. The seat was slightly firm for my taste, though, like the transmission, I suspect that will get better after a few miles as well. Speaking of firm, considering the suspension is only adjustable for rear preload, I was surprised by its level of stiffness. Bikes with limited suspension adjustment are usually set on the soft side for a comfortable ride, and while the Scrambler certainly wasn't harsh, I wouldn't mind slightly softer springs at each end and rear rebound slowed down a smidge. If the response the Scrambler is getting on social media is any indication of its sales success, then Ducati will be in for a nice 2015. But what about that other Scrambler? You know, the one from Triumph, the de facto standard bearer in this category. Has it now become obsolete? Considering both bikes share the same name, naturally a comparison test is in order. Stay tuned, as we'll be bringing it to you one as soon as we can.